getting a good night's rest can do wonders for your health. But sleep issues aren't always easy to resolve. Believe me, I know. Well, today we're getting simple tips that can help you catch some Z's from a registered dietitian, Jeannie Oliver. Your first tips, I felt like, oh my gosh, she's looking at me. I mean, completely, because I definitely do coffee on an empty stomach, and I mean, occasionally I drink the alcohol.
Yes.
So why are these two things so bad for us?
You have to kind of think of everything on a hormonal level, especially with sleep. So cortisol, which we think of as one of our stress hormones, should be at its peak early in the morning. After that, once we're awake, we really want that to kind of dip off gradually throughout the day, and then be at its lowest when we go to sleep, and then it'll gradually start increasing again, usually a little before dawn or when light hits our eyelids. So when we hit our system with coffee first thing in the morning, it spikes it up higher than it would go naturally, and kind of sets us up for this roller coaster because we can crash later. And it can cause all kinds of good things like cravings, energy dips, etc.
Does this mean no coffee, or do I like pop a piece of cheese in my mouth or have my toast and then coffee?
And I usually recommend something with protein and healthy fats in the morning, not just straight up carbs, because that will actually make that whole response worse. Then have your coffee. I love coffee too, so.
But with the alcohol, now, are we talking don't drink it at all?
So it depends on how bad or good your sleep is. You know, if you're generally a good sleeper, you have a drink once in a while, it doesn't disturb your sleep, okay, not a big deal. If you're having problems with insomnia, you might actually have to give up caffeine and alcohol completely for a while until your circadian rhythms or your sleep cycles get back on track, right? For people who are not having severe problems, I usually recommend don't have alcohol on an empty stomach. Coffee and alcohol kind of as liquid stress. They both kind of increase that adrenaline cortisol response. Alcohol is deceptive though, because it's actually a depressant. So it gives us that initial calming feeling, but then it will increase our cortisol production later throughout the night, which is not what we want.
Wow, I'm learning a lot today. I also want to ask you about this nutrient-dense, low glycemic diet. Okay, English, please.
Okay, so think most nutritious food versus empty calorie foods.
Okay.
Empty calorie foods, processed grain products, high sugar things, those are going to be lacking nutrition. They're also going to spike our blood sugar. So if I have a candy bar, my blood sugar is going to spike really high, probably going to dip down really low. We're going to see these big peaks and valleys, right? If I'm eating nutrient-dense food that's lower glycemic, not high in simple carbs, simple sugars, you've got lots of micronutrients, proteins, healthy fats, fiber, right? Plenty of vegetables. That's going to keep my blood sugar a little more even keel throughout the day. So I'm not going to get these awful blood sugar dips, and it's going to lend itself to better, sounder sleep.
Okay, let's talk about exercise, movement. How much?
It depends. So we always tend to think more is better, not necessarily. So if you're already kind of a high stress reactive person, if you've got a really demanding high stress job, maybe you're trying to juggle that demanding job and kids at home right now and homeschooling, right? You may already be kind of maxed out as far as stress levels. And then if you go in and do these really high intensity, let's say cardio workouts or something like CrossFit that's incredibly, demanding on your body several days a week without enough rest, that can make things worse. It can further deplete your system. Now, movement is great. So I usually tell people, anywhere between half an hour to an hour with appropriate rest, both during and after your workout. If you're really sedentary, our bodies are made to expend energy and to move throughout the day. And if we're too sedentary, we've got kind of all this energy just hanging out that's not been expended, and that can keep us awake at night.
And that's a key thing you say, is to keep the same sleep-wake cycle and use natural light to help that circadian rhythm.
Yes, really important, especially because so much of us are stuck indoors a lot right now. Best thing you can do is get exposure to natural light first thing in the morning. If you can get out, take a walk with natural light, and then as the day goes on, especially after the sun goes down, if you can dim the lights in your house at all, that can be really helpful. Backlit screens, like we use all the time with our tablets, our phones, that light shining into our eyeballs actually degrades melatonin. Melatonin is that sleep hormone, right? We want to avoid those backlit screens, ideally an hour or two before bed.
For kids too, right?
Yes, especially for kids, for sure. And there are glasses that you can buy that block that kind of blue light. You can turn your light on your screen to a warmer hue. That can help at least an hour before bed. I know that's a tough one for people, but.
And then finally, last question, practicing rituals before bed. What kind of rituals?
Yes. So wind down rituals. Deep breathing exercises, some stretching before bed. You might soak in a warm bath or listen to, soft music or meditation, read a relaxing book. All those things can be helpful.
Anything works, it helps. Well, it's not quite time for those spring